Welcome back, guys, to another video, and today we're on the fourth, I think, episode of A to Z Animals, and today we're on D, of course, the fourth letter. So let's get started with the first one is the Dugong. The Dugong has a fluked dolphin-like tail, and manatees have a round paddle tail. So this is how you can tell the difference between both of them. In the wild, they can live up to 0 to 73 years, and in captivity, only 0 to 30 years. The dugong is found in the Indian and Pacific Ocean, and they are cathiurnal, which I've explained in one of my previous videos what that is. The dugong is classed as a vulnerable species, and they are herbivores, so they eat things like seagrass and other things like that. So that is for our mammal, that is the dugong. Let's move on to our reptile, which is the dwarf boa. So the dwarf boa is not a true boa and is in its own family in I think it's the classification stuff. They can, in the wild, they can live from 8 to 30 years, and in captivity 10 to 35 years. So it's only a 5-year difference when they're in captivity. They can be found in Central American islands, and they are nocturnal. The dwarf boa hasn't been evaluated on the conservation status list. And of course, it's a snake, so it's a carnivore, which eats small reptiles, amphibians, and rodents. So the dwarf boa is the reptile. So let's move on to the amphibian, which is Darwin's frog. So the Darwin's frog, of course, it gets its name from being named after Charles Darwin. They can live in the wild 2 to 10 years, and in captivity 4 to 15 years. They are found in Argentina and Chile. They are diurnal. They are on the conservation status list. They are classed as vulnerable, and they are insectivores. So they eat many different animals of insects, like ants and beetles. So we got the amphibian. Next is our fish, which in some sense it's a fish, but it's also a different type of thing. So next is the dragon eel. So the dragon eel they rely on their great sense of smell because, well, first off, they're in the ocean. So they can live in the wild 6 to 20 years, and in captivity 8 to 25 years. They are found in the Indian and Pacific Ocean, and so this is one of the reasons why they need to have amazing smell, because their eyesight isn't very good, especially underwater. They are nocturnal, so that's also another reason why they need to be very, very good with their nose. And again, this animal isn't evaluated on the conservation status list, so it means there are that many animals, that many of this species, that they don't need to look at it as such. They are carnivores, and they'll eat things like reef fish, crabs, and shrimps. So we're on to our final one, which is the insect, and that is desert locust. The desert locust can have swarms of about 40 to 80 locusts, which is a lot. In the wild, they live 2 to 6 years, and in captivity 3 to 8. So because they're an insect, their lifespan is a lot shorter than other animals like an elephant or a whale. They live mostly in North Africa, and also parts of Asia. They are diurnal, and they are least concerned, which is very expected when it comes to these types of insects, which breed like mad, and they have these swarms that are up to 40 to 80 locusts. And of course, this insect is a herbivore, and they eat things like grasses and crops, which can cause very big problems for farmers in North Africa and Asia. So that is our D list today. Hope you guys have learned something. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Okay, it's future Jaden now. I've forgotten a animal. So the bird for D is, what we've got is the diving duck. So it's a very beautiful duck, and it's found all across the world, in places like North America, South America, Russia, Asia. We've got Australia, but then it was introduced to the UK, Germany, and France. So the next thing is, what else have we got about it? A fact about them is they sit lower in the water than dabbling ducks, which is a different type of duck, and they typically need a longer running takeoff across the surface. We've got, they are omnivores, so they eat things like small crustaceans, small little fishes, they eat the plants in the water, and worms and things like that. They are diurnal. They are not evaluated on the conservation status list. This is all out of order, but hey ho. And then lifespan wise, ignore the noise if you can hear it. In the wild it's 5 to 25 years, and in captivity it's 8 to 35 years. So that's the diving duck. And yeah, sorry for forgetting it, but that's how organised I am. So again, I'm going to say it again, but I've already said this. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you've learnt something, and like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.